Howdy, it's Josh, and let's go over the most detailed overview of the Leadconnector app, GoHighLevel app, and the custom application app that you can get white labeled for your high-level SaaS. This is an application that allows you to dive into complete detail if you want to get your application to your branding instead of the gray label or the GoHighLevel app. And you can do that by clicking the Learn More button and starting the customization. This will allow you to set up the package, domain, and application name. Let's go over how to enable the Leadconnector app and the GoHighLevel app. You can do that by clicking on mobile app settings in the upper right-hand corner, and you can show which default app you want your sub-accounts to have access to. If you have a custom agency app and you're paying monthly for that, you can enable that here. If you'd rather your sub-accounts see Leadconnector, you can click that, or the GoHighLevel app, and you can choose whether or not to turn this on. Once this is enabled, you can jump into one of your sub-accounts, and on the left-hand navigation panel, you can click on mobile app, and you'll see a link for the Apple and Android stores to download the application. The easiest way to get this set up for your team members is to go down to the automatically sent invite when new users are added. That way, whenever a new team member is added to the sub-account, they automatically get an invitation to download this app. You can also manually select team members through this dropdown and send invitations. Diving into the applications, the white label version, as well as the Leadconnector and GoHighLevel versions are going to have the same capabilities internally. The difference is that the GoHighLevel app will have high-level branding, the Leadconnector app will have the gray label version of GoHighLevel, and your white label version will have your branding, your colors, your styles. So let's look at the Leadconnector version for now. This is the primary page you're going to land on. Anyone signing into the account will have access to this. You will use the same exact login that you use on the desktop version in the application. Let's start at the top. You have a navigation pancake menu that pops out that allows you to access additional tools. Next, you have a sub-account navigation where you can click on the different locations. So if you have a client that has multiple sub-accounts that they pay for, they can navigate through them here. You then have a notification icon that when clicked will mark all notifications as read. Below this, you have a notification navigation so you can choose which filtered locations you want notifications to show up for in this thread. You have a type of notification filtering. You then have a status, so you can select all read or unread notifications. You can also click into individual notifications and it'll navigate to the contact that is associated with that notification. In this case, this is an SMS and email thread with a contact inside of my eGrowth Lab sub-account, and I can start and continue the notification and communication with that client. I also have things like internal notifications, such as a custom notification. When clicked, it'll go directly to the contact. Below this, I have a phone number symbol. When I click on the phone number symbol, this will allow me to go to the call dialer. I can then enter in each one of the numbers that I want to set up to call any contact, and you can select which one of the phone numbers that you want to call from if you have multiple associated with your sub-account. Inside of this call dialer, you can navigate to individual contacts, and you can look at recent phone calls. Let's click on back. Below this, you have a quick action navigation icon. This allows you to do some quick actions without having to navigate through the application. You can send an email, you can add a contact, scan a business card, book appointment, request review, create a new payment, have a new opportunity created, make a phone call, or send message. Below this, you have the primary menu navigation. Underneath the white label application, you can actually edit the order of each one of these settings. So if you don't want to have the payment accessible, you will actually be able to turn this off or hide it or move it inside of the white label app. Inside of Leadconnector and GoHighLevel, these are going to be default. You have notifications, messages. Underneath the messages, you can filter by inbox type, sort by, show messages, assign messages to, and last message direction, and then apply each one of your filters, as well as clear them. After you have set up each one of your filters, you can then save this as a quick filter, apply filters, and all quick filters will be saved underneath the quick filter setting. You can then scroll through conversations if you want to find a conversation. And if you scroll and hold to the top, it will then refresh to the most recent notification. Next, you can click on the plus button, and Some primary actions underneath the chat conversation will show up: a new direct message, a new email, a new group message, and a new internal chat. You also have quick actions accessible anywhere in the app. Next, we have the Payments tab. This is the Point of Sale tab. Under the Point of Sale, you can click on the plus contact icon, where you can then navigate and search for a particular contact by phone number, email, or tag, as well as name. And once you've found the contact that you want to send payment request to or associate this payment with, you can then type in the amount, add any additional details, such as the name of the product, the description, and you can style each one of these settings. You can add quantity, price, sales tag, and save later for use. Then you can click update. You can then review the sale item, add to a customer, add any discounts, add payment schedule, and then choose payment instrument. Your options are tap to pay, or if you have a connected Bluetooth payment device, you can then select those here. You can select other methods of payment, cash, cards, external payment record. You can prepare an estimate, and you can convert this to an invoice. Also, underneath the point of sale, you can click on catalog and you can search by individual items. So I can see each one of the products that I have set up inside my GoHighLevel account. I can add this to the payment, select a price, and adjust the price if I'd like to, and then review the sale item. I can add multiple products to the sale. At the very bottom, I also have the ability to look at active transactions and transaction history, under which I can filter and sort. Once I'm happy with all of these selected payment details, I can choose payment instrument. And if I choose to tap to pay on iPhone, then the tap to pay will set up and be available to do iPhone to iPhone, phone to phone, or anything enabled with tap to pay. It's not going to show up for this default because I got it connected to my computer right now. And if I do other methods, I can collect cash and submit it. I can select a card, but I need to have a customer selected. I can do an external payment method. I can prepare the estimate. I can convert to an invoice. And those are the available ways to select and collect payment underneath the point of sale. Our next section is the calendar. The calendar has the ability to refresh calendars at the top. I can click on share a particular calendar. I can find the calendar that I want to share, and it will then show me the links or the share links for those calendars. I can do the scheduling link, permanent link, or a one-time booking link. I can also generate new links. I can then filter by monthly, weekly, or list view. I can go and find and select particular calendars, users, or groups, and I can click into individual days and find any events that are associated with that calendar. I then have the ability to click on the plus button to schedule an appointment, find an individual to book that appointment with, select the slot, edit any of my appointment title, descriptions, confirm, and once I'm happy, click on save. Note that any workflows that you have associated with this calendar, appointment reminders, booking reminders, will then fire and be triggered based on this calendar booking. I can also block off time, edit a title, the start and end date, and click on save, block off time inside of my calendar. I also, again, have quick actions available at any time in the application. Last but not least is the CRM or contacts list. This is just a quick way to get access to any of the contacts that you have inside of your sub account. I can then filter by all contacts and a couple other smart list settings. Smart lists can be updated inside of your individual sub account at the CRM or contacts level. And just note that you can filter and jump between different sub accounts by clicking on this drop-down navigation. Let's then look at the pancake menu that slides out from the left. You can find that by clicking on the three lines in the upper left-hand corner. At the top, you have settings. Settings will enable you to find the name of your account. You can change a password. You can select a light, dark, or system appearance. You can push your payments into test mode. You can make sure that tap to pay on iPhone or Android is on. You can configure your Stripe payment hardware by connecting your device or pairing new devices. These can be Bluetooth or internet readers. You can then select your language. You have English, Danish, German, Spanish, Finnish, French, both Canada and France, Italian, Dutch, Norwegian, Portuguese, Brazil, and Portuguese, Portugal, and Swedish. You can then see your app version, view license, and log out of your account. Next section we have is the social planner. Underneath the social planner, you can do a couple of things. You can filter at the top. You can click on approvals. So if there are any posts that need approval by you, they will show up here. You can then click on the plus button to add accounts. You can view all available accounts and do any sort of reconnecting accounts that have been disconnected from the social planner. You can create groups by adding individual accounts. You can navigate through past and upcoming posts and see them with the little icon in the upper right-hand corner. You can then click on View, Edit, Clone, or Delete individual posts. With the plus button, you can choose an account or a group, click on Create, and start editing your post. You can add additional accounts here. You can pop up your post actions depending on the particular platform you're posting to, such as a call to action button with a Google My Business option. You can add your media by taking a picture, choosing from gallery, choosing from file, or choosing from your media storage. You can do advanced settings such as adding a watermark, doing media optimization, choosing from a category, or choosing from one of your tags. And once you're happy with the settings, click on Post. The Post button will then allow you to post now, save it for later, schedule a post, send post for approval, and the schedule recurring post. Under schedule recurring post, you can select those dates and click on schedule. Our next section is media storage. All of your media from your desktop will show up here. You can click on the upload button and you can see ongoing uploads. You can click on the 3 dots and click on select or trash multiple icons. You can select media by clicking on individual media and of course, navigate into individual folders. You can search media from here. Clicking on the plus button will allow you to open the camera, upload from gallery, upload files, and create new folders. By clicking into individual files, you can click on this navigation button here in order to download files to your device. You can edit, you can learn more information, add to a folder, or delete. More information will allow you to copy the URL or see the path associated with this item. Our next section is the opportunities. Your opportunities tab allows you to refresh the page. Click on settings to enable and customize the cards that you view inside the app. These are the fields inside your desktop, so you can add additional fields by opening up dropdowns and adding them to the card. You are limited by a certain number of icons, and that is going to be 4. You can do quick actions by adding some of the default sections and of course, reorganizing some of these sections. You can long press on a selection in order to drag and drop and move them around on the customized card. Once you're happy, click on Save. Inside the Opportunities section, you can search, you can filter by pipeline, add additional filters by all of your fields, and add dates. You can then create a new opportunity by clicking on this tab and selecting a contact. You can also create one by clicking on the plus button. And of course, you can slide between each one of your opportunity stages, find a contact, click into a contact. You can message them, tag them, add details, tasks, notes, appointments, and transactions. And of course, delete the opportunity. You can then click on this move icon to select the stage that you want to move this particular opportunity. You can click on the plus button at any stage to also add a contact. Next, you have your invoices. Invoices will show you settings at the top that allows you to edit the terms and notes. These would default to all your invoices. You can then see the total earnings to be received. You can add invoices, select from your templates, and create recurring. Click on the plus button to choose one-time or recurring invoice. By selecting either one of those, you can then choose your customer, choose an account, click on Next, find the product through your catalog, or choose a keypad to adjust the invoice amount. You can adjust your terms and notes, click on Next, add your products, add discount and payment schedule, and click on Preview to see the invoice. Once you're happy, click on Send. All invoices can be viewed and filtered by status, date, and type. You can click into individual invoices that you've sent to view them. Next, you have Insights. This allows you to see the sales for your sub-account, adjust by pipeline, by count and amount, and adjust your dates. You can see opportunities, pipeline value, conversion rate, deal overview, all deals, one deals, and you can click on View All. You can also see your marketing efforts by email campaigns. You can click into individual ones to see the success. You can then see the delivered amounts, see the emails sent to, and the recipient results. You can then click on Sub-Account to see users, contacts, outreach, submissions, and SMS reports, as well as deal overview and appointments. Next is Tasks, where you can filter by contacts, assignees, status, and sort by. You can sort by these dates. You can then search tasks. You can click into individual tasks and mark as pending, edit task, or delete task. You can click on the plus button to create a new task with a title, description, assignee, contact, and due date. The only parts that are required are title and due date. Click on Save. You can then go to Reputation to see the number of reviews, the invite goal, the reviews received, average rating, and sentiment analysis. You can also view your review requests. By clicking on the plus button, you can see and send SMS and email review requests. You also have quick actions available. Next, you have products, where you can select pre-existing products, edit them. These will edit all of your product details inside of your desktop version. You can then create new items, add the names, descriptions, add taxes, and these new products will then be available for your invoicing, estimates, and point of sale. Next, you have documents and contracts. You can see past documents and contracts completed and drafted. You can select individual ones to view, clone, download PDF, convert to template, mark as complete, and delete. You can then navigate to your templates, find a pre-developed template, click on the 3 dots and delete or use. Once you click on use, it will use that pre-existing template, add a primary customer, and you can add additional recipients, click on next, add your products or go to keypad and adjust your amount. Once you're happy with your settings and you review the document, click on direct payments if you want payments to be collected immediately after signing. You can also enable send invoice so that invoices are sent via email after signing, and then you can click on send. Next, you have your estimate section. Underneath estimates, you can see sent, accepted, declined, and invoiced. This will allow you to filter by status. You can see the date. You can search and see past estimates. By clicking on the template section, you can use a template to start your estimate, or you can click on the plus button, find a customer, then select the estimate number, the issue date, expiry date, click on next, select a catalog product, or go to your keypad, put in the amount, click on the next button, go to terms, review, and once you're happy with the estimate names and settings, look at the very bottom and you can enable direct payment, and you can choose to enable the send invoice, which sends an invoice automatically after the individual accepts the estimate. You can add discounts, click on preview, and you can preview the estimate before it gets sent out. Last but not least, you can click on manual actions. These manual actions can be automatically added using workflows inside of the desktop app. You can go to the manual actions section and create new manual actions, or you can use automations that will attach a manual action to an individual staff member. It's kind of like a to-do list. You can then see individual automations that your manual action is attached to. For example, a manual action could be, please review this before the next step occurs, such as sending an email, sending an invoice, adding someone to a community. Manual actions will then show up here, and they can be notified in the app through push notifications. They have a manual action that is due. You can also log out through this button. If you want to join live calls, I have an open invite to my GoHighLevel Jumpstart community, which is linked down below. We have 3 live calls every single week, where tons of members jump in together and learn how to use the HighLevel platform. We'd love to have you. There's also a learning section with all the pre-recordings, and I have an AI automation and onboarding course that you can use as your own to onboard your clients into your HighLevel platform. There's a huge discussion, Jumpstart games to win prizes, and I'd really love to see you inside. And if you're really ready to join HighLevel, click on the Ready to Join or the Sell This Course as Your Own, and I will help you personally, one-on-one, set up your HighLevel account. I do that for every one of my affiliates, and of course, everyone has access to me through live calls and chats. If you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We may have passed it by this point. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.